Howdy y'all, Shark Shack here, and today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately. Now originally this video was going to be about battle passes specifically, but I decided we're going to expand my scope, so here we go. You see, back in my day, when you bought a game, you bought the entire thing with all of its content in the whole package. Now, every now and then a game would have future content made for it, and you would be able to buy this as DLC. And sometimes they would have even a season pass, which came with all the DLC. But then in came the boogeyman, microtransactions. It started to shift the way publishers were going to monetize their games. Now, real quick, let's talk about the difference between DLC and microtransactions, in my humble opinion. I argue DLC is stuff that adds more content to the game, like a new map or a new questline, things that you don't really expect to be in the base game. Microtransactions are small things like a gun skin or loot boxes, things that really don't add much to the game and arguably should already be in the game, to be honest. Now, I am a Call of Duty player, I haven't bought the newest one, but things started off pretty tame in Call of Duty. You know, you got the bacon skin in Black Ops 2 or the Party Rock skin. But now you look at the item shop in the newer CODs and it's unrecognizable. Not only is there a ton of unique bundles and cool skins, but they're $20. That's a lot of money. That's almost a third of the cost of the whole game. Now, in the case of Call of Duty, you're spending, $70 on the whole game? Plus, thousands of dollars of cosmetics locked behind a paywall. I digress. While this monetization style is annoying and I think it's a little unbearable, I do think it's moving in a positive direction overall. Loot boxes were a way of publishers to profit off of people's gambling addictions, because let's be honest, we all got a little gambler in us, you know. And this business model took the industry by storm. Overwatch had them, Call of Duty had them, Battlefield had them, I guess Battlefields were a little different, but they were loot boxes. I digress. Battlefront, which I'll get into. Basically, damn near every game had them. Now, thankfully, Battlefront 2 kind of killed it for everybody. Thanks a lot, really. I guess that sounded sarcastic, but really, thank you. But with the bad way Battlefront 2 handled them, everybody took notes, and they had to change course. This leads me to Battle Passes, the absolute bane to my existence, personally. I hate them, can't stand them, and I'll get into that right now. I have a few issues, mainly the games that do have them, and let's break it down. My one major gripe is that they're almost always timed. I get that games want you to play their game as much as possible, but it sucks when you don't play the game as much for whatever reason as the devs intended, and you lose out on all the items you basically already paid for. The only redeeming quality they have is a lot of them making it so you earn enough in-game points to buy the next Battle Pass without spending extra money, but my point still stands. Now, with the new Suicide Squad game, I heard that your Battle Pass, progress saves even after it's done, which is cool. I'm not a fan of the game. I don't know if you guys have saw my last video, but I was right, and that's a different video. Anyway, that is something I will praise the game for, making it so you don't feel like you have to log on 9 to 5. Now let's get personal for a second. I was an avid Call of Duty player around the time Modern Warfare 2019 was out, and I am ashamed to admit it, but I did indulge in a couple of microtransactions. But man, when I bought the Battle Pass, and I felt like I had an obligation to play the game over other games so that I can get my money's worth. Now, obviously, I stopped doing that after my account was hacked and stolen, and Activision told me where I can shove it because they didn't want to give my account back. So, thanks, guys. Now, maybe you guys don't agree with me, or maybe I'm mad that my account was stolen, but the timed nature of Battle Passes just makes me feel like I'm clocking into a job rather than enjoying a game. And before you go typing in the comments, yes, I got Omega Lights, so, yeah, I'm pretty awesome. What am I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, things getting better. Yeah, it's annoying that microtransactions aren't really micro anymore, but there is a silver lining, I think. A majority of the time they are purely cosmetic, and they allow for devs to release actual DLC that is free. And I get they got to put food on the table, and honestly, I think this is a better way of doing it because you're not locking genuinely chunky content, I guess, if that makes sense. I also think it's more acceptable for certain games to have microtransactions rather than others. The reason I pick on Call of Duty so much is because it's a fully priced $70 AAA game that has purchases that a game like Fortnite has. For like a free game, you got to put food on the table. I get it, like I said earlier. So I am a little bit more accepting of microtransactions, but man, these Call of Duty ones are ridiculous. Either way, there's worse ways to monetize your games. I mean, subscriptions are the absolute worst. Thanks a lot, Club Penguin. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think is the best way for games to, monetize their DLC or their microtransactions and whatnot? I'm interested in what y'all think. And sorry, there's a plane flying overhead. But also, let me know if you think there's a difference in the types of microtransactions. I believe Assassin's Creed has some for, like, skipping a story elements or, like, leveling up your player, which in a single-player game, having microtransactions is actually ridiculous. But, yeah, let me know if you think there's important differences to be made or whether just the type of game is all that matters. I don't know. I'm rambling. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And thank you for the massive support I've gotten on my last video. I think it's one of the biggest videos on the channel. And, I appreciate that, guys. And it's a nice thing to see that a lot of people are enjoying it. Or maybe not enjoying it, but thank you for the support, man. And that's all I got.